now. Alright, that should be it. Hi everyone, TigerHawk T3 here. I'm going to code some more Python today with the incremental idle clicker game. Today is part 9. Last time I said I would create a GitHub repository with these files, and I did. Let me add that to the description. There we go. Hopefully that works. So yeah, over there you can see each video segment added as a commit. It's generally better to commit after discrete changes, like adding a certain feature or writing a function. So some of these have a little too much stuff, but that's the way this one is going to go, with one commit per video. Alright, what do I have planned today? I think first I will add an upgrade to make clicking gain a percentage of CPS, clicks per second. What do I have? I will add that somewhere over here. Self.gear, and it's going to be, for clicking to gain CPS, it's going to be in click strength. So it's going to be something I'm going to add there as a hard-coded thing. This is going to be CPS to click, because that is what it's going to add, CPS to the clicks. It's going to be a gear called CPS to click, and it's going to be it should have some different descriptions, I guess. So this one's going to be adds a percentage of CPS to each click. %d, and I have 0. Yep, 0. This has to be in quotes. That's a list with what'll be the limit? About 10 for now? I don't know. Doesn't matter. We can change that later. And we will have clicks per second per click times 10. And the price is going to be, I don't know, about 200 for now, and 10 of them. And limit is 10. If I spelled it right, that would be better. Limit is 10. Alrighty. Do I need anything else? It's not going to have a per second. Quantity is the base. Okay. Alright, I think that is it. So let's add that to click strength. Where's that? Click strength. This is our property that calculates click strength. Times 2 to the click booster. Times 1.01 to the self.gear. What did I call it? CPS to click. CPS to click dot quantity. So it'll add 1% of our CPS each time. So if we have 0, it'll be 1.01 to the 0, which is 1, so multiply by 1. If we have one of them, 1.01 to the 1 is 1.01, etc. Okay. Seems fine to me. So let's test that, I guess. I'm going to show you this dealie. How about I need to run it. So let's do that. Does it run? Did I do it right? I did do it right. I like when I didn't make syntax errors. It's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get at least 100 clicks per second, and then I'm going to buy some of these things. So let's start clicking, shall we? Actually, I'll tell you what. I'm going to start myself off with 100,000. Let's try that again. 100,000. Good. Now I can buy things. Okay. Let's buy one of these. And those are 5,000 clicks per second. So 5,000, 1% of that is 50, and that should be added to it's supposed to add percent of it'll be wrong. I already know it'll be wrong. Oops. This plus should it add 1? No, if I have 0 of them, it should be 0. This minus 1. So if I have 0 of them, it'll be 0. If I have 1 of them, it'll be 1.01 times the quantity minus 1. Oh, I'm doing this plus 1 plus this times this times this plus that minus 1. So what I can do is take these out. Let's do it again. Did I show you what I was doing? I didn't. Oops. What I did was I took out the. I can just go back. So what I did was I added I added a minus 1 because I don't want to start with 1. That's good for multipliers because multiplying by 1 keeps it the same. But I'm adding some number that is 0. So I also have minus 1 here and plus 1 over there. So I just took both out. And now I'll run it. And I will show you. We have 100,000. So now I'm going to buy, what was it, one of these? With 5,000. And so that should add about 50 to my click strength. What am I doing? I need to buy this is what I need to do. No? Yes? Why didn't it do it? Plus 1.01. Oh, no, I forgot to include CPS. Silly me. Plus this times the gear quantity times CPS. Let's put that at the beginning. CPS times CPS is, what is the per second rate? I don't know. Do I have the per second? I do not. This is going to have to move out of update. So yeah. Per second, base per second. So this is all to calculate the per second, and it also has the base, which is used there. And that's the only place in which it is used, so I can have, here we go. I'll add property again, and this will be, can I do that? Do I have a self per second? I don't believe I do. So gear can have a per second, and now the entire application will have a per second. Self. And that'll be this stuff. Click strength. This this stuff over here, because all I'm using is the per second over there. So that's the overall figure it must return. I'm going to remove that from here, and I'm going to stick it right in there. And I'm going to return the per second. Okay. And now this actually is a thing. I was just putting CPS, and I was like, wait, that's not a thing. So we're gonna make it a thing. Self dot per second, and I don't have to add these because it's a property. Second equals this, whatever with the thing. It's gonna add them all up and return the per second value. And here we're going to, wow, delete the extra white space. I don't want that at the end. We're going to do per second equals self dot per second. Just going to save it and do it once so that it's consistent. It's going to do this, and it's going to do that. Alright, so that adds current clicks and changes the label when necessary. Okay, and now we can call this over here. Alright, one more time. I'm going to buy one of these. Strength 0. Why is it 0? Possibly because I was adding 0 over here, and I had 0 over here. Has to be at least 1. So let's... What did I do? Oh, no. Plus. Okay. I had a this thing over there. Not a happy time. Let's take that out and show you this. Go back to that. Click strength is 1 again. Okay, very good. Gonna buy one of those. And when I add this, it should add about 50. Why is my per second 0? Oh, there's 1. Okay. Why doesn't that do anything? Does the other stuff have an effect? No? For real? Okay, that's bad. This works. The other ones do not. Okay. I'll tell you what. That did work in the previous one, right? I'm going to go ahead and open the previous version, and I'm going to look at that. I'm going to run that one. I hope this was working in the previous one. Okay. Okay, let's buy something else. I'll show you what I'm doing. How about that? Buy one of these. Does anything change? It doesn't. It was broken in the previous one too. That's bad. I think I might have broken everything. So that's not good. That's not good. Let's work on that. I introduced a bug. Fun. So per second, gear dot multiplier, and this, what's it? Okay, this calculates the base, and oh, I have if it's a synergy thing and a power gear, but I never actually, no, I do, for gear and self.gear.values. Okay. Gear dot per second times gear dot quantity times some value. Oh, no. It's this and that. Times gear dot multiplier. And, oh, so if it doesn't have a multiplier, it's 0 and something times something. That's not right. Or no. No, it's this is one of them. Multiplier. Is that going to be 0 or 1? If it's not, it will have a problem. Let's do multiplier. What is that? It'll be 0 sometimes. So if it's 0, then, oh, no. Multiplier. Okay, it's somewhere here. That's the problem. Because it's only for the building that does have a multiplier that was working. So if it doesn't have one, it's 0. And then it's multiplying it by 0. That's wrong. That's wrong. Okay, so we found it. Better late than never, huh? Alright. We want multiplier and, but if there isn't a multiplier, we just want 1. This and that, or 1. To the gear dot empowered. Times 2 to the 0. Yes, that'll work. Okay. Let's try that again. Shall we? It does work. Hooray. I fixed it. So that's good. Or 1. I might have removed that or 1 at some point. Was not a good idea. Alright. Now my strength is 5,001. So this just added... No. Something's wrong here. It added the actual, it added 5,000, which is the clicks per second from this. And I haven't even bought a thing yet. And that's 50. That's correct. That works. But why is the strength already so high? That's very odd. This should be one more. Yeah, it's that's wrong. It's adding the CPS directly to the thing. Bad. Bad. Self dot per second. Times this dot quantity. Plus dot gear dot quantity and the per second. So if no, not self dot gear dot quantity. Self dot gear CPS to click dot quantity. So it'll either be, if this is 0 of them, then it'll just be 0. But if it's a non-zero number, it'll return this. And this has to be the per second times, why do I have 1? 0.01 to the amount that I have. Per second, and it's 1% of that for each one. Okay. Let's try that again, shall we? Strength 0. For real. I will show you what happened. This occurred. 0. That's bad. Probably messing up the order of operations. So I'll do this and add some of those. Hopefully that'll fix it. It did fix it. See? Order of operations. I never know what's going on. It's bad. But I fixed it eventually. So let's buy one of these things. And that adds 5,000 to CPS and nothing to the strength. And if I buy this, I should get an extra 50. I did get an extra 50. Now it works. Hooray. So, that's good. That's good. That makes me happy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That feature functions now. Cool. All right. So that works. What I should do, what I should have done before when I fixed the, where was it? When I fixed this thing right here, I should have committed that as a bug fix, and then maybe another commit for moving this into a property. But it's going to be one commit per video. That's what I'm doing. It's also like an hour-ish per commit, and I don't want to fill it up with stuff. I don't know. I just started using Git, so I'm kind of new at it. I'm more noob at Git than the noob clickers, because they really enjoy clicking and they can totally do it. Anyway, what else am I going to do today? An overall CPS multiplier. Sure. Should work pretty much the same way, and it'll be something that I add to per second as a hard-coded thing, kind of like the click strength stuff. Self dot gear CPS multiplier is a gear item with CPS multiplier, and adds a percentage of CPS to CPS. Currently have 0 times, let's do 10 for now, I don't know. Forgot to close, to terminate the string. Terminate, I had to terminate that string. Makes your clicks per second more stronger. Okay, times 10. The cost will be, I don't know, I don't care, 500 for now. I'm not gonna think of 10 different costs. No way. And will this be 1% also, I think? I don't know. Limit is gonna be 10. CPS multiplier. This is per second times 1.01 to the self.gear CPS multiplier. Is that it? I think that's it. 1.01 times multiplier. Okay. Let's see what that does, huh? Gonna run the float and oops. This has to be dot quantity. Sorry, program. Show you what I did there. Float and gear, because for power, this is a float and this is a gear, so I have to do dot quantity. Pretty simple. I'm gonna buy one of these, so 5,000, and I should add 1% of that with adds a percentage of CPS to CPS. 5,050, right? That's exactly what it does. And it should add 50 plus a little more, maybe? Eventually? 151, see, it's getting there. 203, I've gotten 4, so it's doing it. So there we are. Cool. Why doesn't clicking do anything good? Because we didn't boost it, of course. Anyway, that works perfectly fine. Apparently not difficult features to add. I don't think I want to do achievements today. Unlock buildings and upgrades, golden cookies. I think I mentioned on a previous segment that Cookie Clicker has something called golden cookies. I think it's like an upgrade that you unlock, and once you have done so, every few minutes, every 5 to 10 minutes-ish, it'll slowly fade into view a golden cookie somewhere in the browser window area. And like the main cookie to click on is like this big. This golden cookie is like smallish. So you have to watch for it, and then it persists for maybe 10 or 20 seconds, and then it disappears. Excuse me. And so if you click it, you get a large multiplier to your click strength. For some period of time, it's like maybe 7 or 17 seconds. I don't know. It's the 777 times, etc. Anyway, so the plan for that would be to add an upgrade of some kind, and that upgrade would basically unlock the appearance of these things. And once that has happened, that'll start a timer, basically. It'll be similar to update, but so unlocking this upgrade will start a function that finds, like gets a random number and then waits that many seconds. And every time the function runs, it'll produce a golden cookie. So that's the delay, and it'll have another event of some kind to say destroy the cookie if it's not clicked. And yeah, seems major feature-ish. It's not just add a multiplier somewhere. So that's probably going to be next time. Will today be short? I don't know. Maybe I'll add content instead of features. How's that for an idea? Go to my list. What have we got? Digital resolutions. Where? Digital clicker. Let's add another building. Self.gear, and I'm gonna call it floppy disk. My original plan was to have the various sizes of floppy disk for more granularity, but then I'm like, no, not doing that. Gear, floopy disk, very very floopy. Little history lesson for you youngins there. This next bit was slightly before my time as well. Floppy disks used to be 8 inches wide. Big, right? And the 5 1/4s, and they were floppy. Like you could shake them around, they'd be like wugga wugga wugga, right? And then they got the 5 1/4s, which were still floppy, and then 3.5 inch diskette. That's not actually floppy. They're pretty rigid. Fun story. Floppy disk is still the generic save icon for many programs these days, but we don't use floppies anymore. A lot of kids have probably never seen or heard one, and they just know that this is the icon for saving, and they don't know what the heck it is, which is perfectly fine. Just something fun for them to learn. It might make sense somewhere down the line to start using icons that aren't based on something that has virtually disappeared. But for now, I guess it's okay to use floppy disks as that icon. One day, that icon will disappear and will be replaced by a more generic, understandable thing. One day, but not today. Floopy disk. And it'll be 1.44 megabytes, million clicks. Will it actually be 1.44 million? I don't think so, because this one is 1,000 million. That's 500 million up there. So it'll be more than that. Big numbers. Big numbers. 0 in a list. And it will be actually many more clicks than 1.44 million. And the price is going to be this, and then double that per second equals, we're going to take this, and we're going to double it, and we're going to make that 5 instead, so that'll increase it. No, I want it to have more efficiency. Okay, we have 500 million. Yep. And then 1,500,000,000. So that's 3 times efficiency. 500 million, a billion, how about 4 million, billion. Great. I like big numbers and I cannot lie. Okay, floppy disk. I hope you all liked my history lesson. Very educational. Ooh, here's another history lesson that matters even less than floppies. Zip disk, remember those? Probably not. I hope not, because it's not useful information. But I'm going to tell you about them right now. Zip disks were a kind of, before you could get USB flash drives that were, you know, literally this big, the size of your fingernail, and holding, you know, 64 gig. You had floppies, which were 1.44 meg at their largest, and you had CDs, which many people did not have the ability to burn because the CD burners were very expensive. That's another format that's slowly going away. CDs, DVDs, everything. It's all in the cloud these days. Anyway, so there were zip disks, which were another magnetic storage medium like floppies or hard drives. But these, the small ones, held 100 megabytes. Yeah, that's like 70 floppies worth. Amazing. Like a stack of floppies, right? Or you could have like a zip disk. It was maybe like a little thinner. It was the thickness of maybe 2 or 3 floppies, and about the same footprint. So, but they were more expensive, and you needed a zip drive, which was like another peripheral USB generally. I think they had like SCSI zip drives and maybe parallel something. They had all manner of stuff before USB was everything. Dark times, I tell you, dark times. You kids don't know how good you have it with the universal serial bus that's actually universal. So yeah, they had 100 meg versions, and I think 250, and there was also a 750 meg. Now that's the approximate size of a CD, and when you consider that today you can't find generally a USB flash drive with less than 1 gig. They don't sell those anymore. That's why zip drives aren't a thing anymore, because we don't need them. You can just email files anyway. It really doesn't matter. So yeah, zip disk. They used to exist and they used to matter, but now they don't. What am I doing? I'm writing a program. That's right, I remember. History lessons with Tigerhawk T3. Oh, we had it tough in those days. We were using zip disks with the daisy chain SCSI drives, and oh, it was, we would have dreamed of having a serial bus. We had cereal boxes with cereal in them. We still have those. There's some things that don't really get obsolete. One of those things is food. Because humans don't change a lot. These discs, what are we going to call it? Up to... How about just, remember those? 750 meg. Percent D0. And they were not cheap, these discs. What was it? 20, 50, something? Wasn't like a $5 item, because they were like 70 floppy disks worth of storage. Let's move this before this. Then this will make sense. Neither do I. I mean, I do, but it's a funny tooltip. And this was 1 billion and 4 billion, I think. Yeah. And I think powers are guaranteed to be integers? No. If you just use integers, they are still integers. Okay. Because I think, what is it? Math.pow doesn't always have integers. Let me make sure. Oh no, this is times 10. Let's do 3. No, this is 10 to the... I don't know what I'm doing today. 10 to the... what's it? Yes. Okay. I could add... next time I will add the PowerShell window to the stream for when I do stuff. Actually, I can just do that here. What am I doing? I like PowerShell. It has good, some handy things like copying and pasting with just right click. It's faster. But I can do this. Turn it on. Then I can do that. Import math. I use just the basic interactive interpreter shell quite a lot, so I can test stuff. 10 to the 3 is that. Math.pow 10.3 is 1000.0. So there's one difference. They are not they're not exactly the same. Let's do 25 to the 0.5 is 5.0. Math.pow 25 0.5 is same thing. How about math. Does it have a square root thing? It does, but it's also 5.0. So let's do the following. Let's refactor some of these into... Let's run them through our number formatter, basically. 1 times... 10 to the This would be 10 to the 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 times 10 to the... Oops. 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. I suppose you noticed that I was doing a lot of counting the zeros, huh? That's generally not the greatest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 10 to the 6. Scientific notation would be more like 1.25 times 10 to the 8. But I want integers, so I'm gonna get integers. 5 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Makes sense. Times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, good. 5 and 15. That's easier, I think. And this would be 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. That's better. That's better. I need a number now. Give me a number between 1 and 6 billion. Pick a number. About, anything going on over there? No? Okay. How about Ford? There was a Dilbert TV show, animated series, a while back. It ran for 2 or 3 seasons. Anyway, at one point they need to come up with a name for the new product that they don't have yet. They're getting a name first. We've all worked at a company like that at some point. And they get the accountants in there, and they say Walter is our most creative accountant in our group. He even picked a name for his new child recently. And they say, that reminds me, how is Walter Jr.? Oh, she's fine. Yeah. And so eventually he says, Walter, he says, how about Ford? Then Dogbert says that seems to be taken by the Ford Motor Company. So I say that whenever I'm feeling uncreative. How about Ford? That's a good name. It's not really a good number though. If you send Ford as an argument to int, it'll produce an error. See? Let me get back to that so I can test run my program. A number. How about 5 times 10 to the 9 per second equals... So that's 5 times as much. This needs to be also 5 times as much, but then more. Right? Yeah. So 20 times 10 to the 9, or 2 times 10 to the 10. And it will be, how about 3 instead? Are you guys ready for more history in this history lesson? I have a bunch of storage media lined up. CD lowercase equals gear CD CD. I'm sure you know about these. They're still kind of around. if you want a real blast from the past, Laserdisc. It was basically a CD the size of a record, a vinyl record. CD this big, imagine that. Yeah, cool stuff. Anyway, CD. Problem is a lot of mobile devices these days obviously don't have a CD drive because that would make them way too large. So anything that's intended for use with mobile stuff, even if it does have some physical medium to store itself on, like a game or whatever, it will come on a USB flash drive. I mean, it costs a little more, but you can actually install it into things. Like if you have, not an iPad, I guess, but if you have like a Surface or something, they have USB ports. And if you have a mini PC or a netbook of some kind, remember netbooks? Yeah, probably not. I don't think that shows up in my clicker. I think netbooks were like, you know how you can get an iPad and then attach a keyboard to it? That's what netbooks were. They were pretty much the same, except the keyboard was integrated into it because it was like a small laptop. Like just not detachable. But no touchscreen, generally, because I mean you already had a keyboard and a mouse, a touchpad. So that format kind of went away. It was around for a few years. I still have a netbook. You probably don't believe me. I still have a netbook. See? Pretty smallish. And it is basically a small laptop for internet browsing. That's what they did. And yeah, I still use it because it's nice to have another computer available, especially if you're doing a full screen application of some kind. And that does not have a CD drive, an optical drive of any kind. So if you wanted to install, say, Windows on it, you would have to either get an external CD drive, or you could just plug in a USB thumb drive, flash drive that has Windows on it. I bought a copy of Windows to help a friend install on his computer lately, and I opened it up. It was like CD sized, and I opened it, and there was a USB flash drive sitting there, and I'm like, it was mildly disconcerting, but it makes sense because a lot of things don't have CD drives these days. Anyway, CD. How about 30 songs of data? That'll be the tooltip. Yeah. And then 30 songs of data. But what should be in the button? Store read some clicks from a CD. %d0 colon and a 0. 30 songs of data. I think I have like 10 music CDs is my total collection, because who gets music on CDs anymore? I don't know. What's the point? You're just gonna rip it to your computer anyway and then transfer it to your MP3 player or your phone. There's no point to CDs anyway. And no, most people cannot tell the difference between like 192-ish kbps and any amount more than that. It just doesn't matter. 10 times 10 to the 9. How about 10 to the 10? So that's twice as much. Per second is 6. About 8 times 10 to the 10. I should probably have an equals in there. Alright, more because more. That's why more. Self.gear DVD. I'm wondering whether I should tell you what a DVD is, but you probably know. It's like a CD, only it has more densely packed bits to hold the data. Those didn't last long either. It's like what, 720 by 480? Pfft. Come on. That's so late 90s, early 2000s-ish. DVD. It can be the same. I don't care. Almost the same. I bet some of you were like, I wanted to hear his rant about DVDs. Well, I will rant later about something. How about a tooltip of the clicking begins now on DVD. Okay. How about 2 times 10 to the 10? And that would be 16 times 10 to the 10. How about 20 times 10 to the 10? Times 10 to the 10? 2 times 10 to the 11? 2 times 10 to the 11. Okay. This has to be per second. Yeah, definitely does. Remember I left that out at one point and it was like, what the hell are you talking about? Here's a fun rant. I don't think it'll be very long because it's I've already touched on it. Blu-ray. I bought my parents a Blu-ray player when the format was sort of newish, not like early adopter or anything, but like it was a thing at that point, and prices were reasonable. I think we have one Blu-ray movie. It's like Speed or something. That's it. That's all we have. Occasionally we'll like borrow a Blu-ray from the library or something, but if we want to watch HD video content, we stream it. We have a satellite, so we watch that for like regular TV, and Netflix or Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is a frighteningly good deal, by the way. Yeah, Amazon is an interesting business that sometimes makes profit, but not always. But it's enough for it to be useful, for it to justify its existence to the shareholders or whatever. And I think their cloud services now are actually making a lot of money. So good for them. Thanks, Amazon, for being very convenient. But yeah, Blu-ray is it had a few years, and I think there's actually a newish format to hold more data and have higher bandwidth, because 4K stuff, people want 4K, and Japan wants to broadcast the Olympics whenever they get it, when they have that, I don't know, in 8K. So regular old Blu-ray isn't going to be quite enough, so there's been some additions to the standard. But, or like Super Blu-ray, I don't know. Point is, why go to the store and rent it? Why go to Blockbuster, right? Blockbuster had discs, and then it's like Netflix. Well, Netflix is now mostly streaming stuff, right? I mean, internet. So it's not doing super popular as a format. Makes sense. 1920 by 1080 clicks or more. %D0. Let's make this an X because I'm not actually multiplying. High definition digital blue laser. Wow. Okay, that's good. How about 3 times 10 to the 10 per second equals instead of 3, how about 4 times 10 to the 11? I don't know. The next gear is USB flash drive. Spoiler. USB flash drives, very useful little things. I have like, how many do I have on my desk? I got this one. I got, here's a relic. 1 gigabyte. Can you see that at all? Maybe not? Yeah, it's probably not, I don't have the focus point for that. 1 gig. This one's 16 and it's pretty fast. Gets like 20 or 30, like nearly 30 meg per second for read and like 20ish for write. It's pretty good. And I think I have one more somewhere back here. Where'd it go? Hello, flash drive. Well, it's somewhere. Ah, indeed. And 4 gig. They just kind of hang out. This one has Linux on it, Ubuntu. 2 Linux distros. It has the 32 and 64-bit. Because that netbook that I showed you earlier is running 32-bit Windows. Because it's a 32-bit processor with like 1 gig of RAM. Very old, still works. But 2 Linux distros, 1 USB flash drive. All right. I think we added a couple small features. We fixed a bug that I should not have introduced, but oops, oh well. It's fixed now. And added some entertaining content that hopefully maybe you learned something from. Zip disks. Oh yeah, trip down memory lane. So just gonna make sure I didn't get didn't add a syntax error somewhere. That's not what I wanted. I wanted that, and it runs. So, oh, I have to change that back because that's wrong. 75,000 per second. That's a lot. Add percentage of CPS. That's a lot. Again. All right. Add a percentage to the click. Why doesn't that work? Why doesn't that work? That's a good question. It doesn't work anymore. That's odd. Click strength. I think it's an update. No? Configure the click strength of the button. That's always fun. Something broke in here. Click strength, okay. Let me, okay. Multiplicative booster. Okay, so other click stuff works. But the adding percentage, it does not anymore. So that's not good. Let's fix that first, huh? Okay. I think it would be click strength. Clicker dot quantity plus 1 plus how many mobsters times buildings, that's the take. This is clicks per building, right? It adds clicks per building. And then we multiply that by click boosters. Oh no, we have to multiply all of this by click booster. This times no, it's quantity plus that times sum. Building, not quantity, right? This is all for mobsters. And then times 2 to the self.gear click booster. This should be elsewhere, I believe. It should be plus. Hang on. Quantity of the clickers plus 1. And then we're going to add the building per second multiplier or whatever. Is it click booster? What does click booster do? No, it's just multiplicative click booster. So that's at the end, it's a multiplier. And this times building that quantity. Okay, so that adds some amount to the buildings. I think I'll have to look into that. I don't know. Clicker quantity plus this amount plus that amount times, I want to do all of this times the booster. Okay. See what I get now. This, and I'll show you what we've got there. Okay, now it works. That's good. That's very nice. Okay. These are not very expensive, are they? They are becoming increasingly expensive. The cost is becoming prohibitive on these. But I have, look at that, 18,000. It's no longer 18,000. Now it's, okay, that's weird. Now it's 2. It's going down. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. 0.01 to the something. 0 and the per second. Oh. Let's get the per second first. And let's take this out. Okay, let's see if that helps. That should be 5,000, and this should be 50, 51, yeah. And then it's back to 1. That's bad. Okay. So when the quantity is 0 or 1, maybe it should be actually 1.01. Did I do this wrong? Per second times, yeah, it should be 1.01. I had it correct already. That's fun. 1 times 1.01 to this. So if I have, let's see, it'll either be 0, or if it's not, if we have a quantity, it'll do some hopefully non-zero number. Or if it is 0, that's fine, because it's 0 times something. 1.01 to the quantity. So if we have 0, it'll be 1.01 to the 0 is 1 per second times 1. No. That'll be wrong. Let me see. Multiply by 1.01 by 1.01, or will it? Per second times, this would be 1 at 0, and when it's 1, it would be times 1.01. Second times 1.1. But that should work. Let's do things and try. That's percentage. 5,051. Maybe I need, here's what I need. Times this minus 1. Will that work? No, because then it would be 1 to the 0 is 1, minus 1 is 0, per second times 0. If we have 0, that is taken care of over here, and it won't go on. If we have 1, it'll be 1.01 to this is 1. This times 1.01 minus 1. Something is wrong with my math. I think we all realize that by now. Okay, if it's to the 0, if we have 0 of them, I don't want to add anything. So that's this. Okay. And let me go back over there. And otherwise, oh, I think I figured it out. Aha. 1% of the per second for quantity. Aha. And this is okay. This is not needed. Okay, it's 1% of the per second for however many of these we have. Okay. Maybe that'll work. Math is hard. Math. Let's buy one of these. Okay. Actually, let's buy the... Whoa. Accidentally grabbed the resize. Let's get one of these for 5,000. And then it should be 51. Then 101. 2,501. Oops. 125,000. Wow. That is very bad. Entertainingly large number, though. Click strength is... Okay, this is wrong. Something's very bad. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Okay, this one is this plus 1 plus this times that. Okay. Plus this times this, and then we add this other thing. Do I have it right? Something somewhere is horribly wrong. Very bad. This plus this plus this times this plus that times booster. Okay. That's a little more clear, I hope. I think. Okay. No, it should be over here. Okay. All right. Let's see what we've got. Clicker quantity plus mobster quantity times how many buildings we have. Building dot quantity for building here, if the building has it per second. Plus, I don't think I need this. This plus this times that line plus this. Self.gear, CPS to click dot quantity. It's correct at 0. But if it's 1, it'll be and. Then it goes over here. Self.per second times 0.01 for each of these. Oh, no, no. Nope, nope. I want 1% of CPS for each of these. this is wrong. Okay, self dot per second times. How much do I want to add? I think I want to multiply by 1.01. Let's do that instead. Let's close this parenthesis here and do times this plus that times this stuff times that. Right? And I don't think I need these. Self dot per second times 0.01 to the something. 0.01 will either be 0.01. Oh, no. Maybe it does need 1.01. And maybe it's, here we are. 1 plus this stuff. It's multiplying by, oh, that would be fun, because we're multiplying now. So this will either be 0 and not evaluated, because the and won't happen, or then it'll return that, the 1, so times 1, that's good. And if it's non-zero, it'll be and this, and it'll return that. So times 1 plus something, self dot per second times 0.01 to the thing. This will make it smaller. How do I add 1%? It's 1.01. It has to be 1.01. Oh no, it's multiplying by, I don't want it to multiply by the clicks per second. Okay. This isn't a multiplier. It adds 1.01. Adds 1% of CPS to the clicks. Like this? I don't know anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. Plus this. We got that. Plus 1. Plus this times this. Plus that. Times to the booster. So we want 1% of CPS for each one. First we would add 0.01 of it. What is all this mess? Jeez. This and that, or 1. Nope. either add 0 0.01 times self per second plus 1.01 to how many we have. So it adds 1% of it. This math is not working. For each one of those quantities, I want to add 1% of something. So I have the clicks per second. If I have one of these upgrades unlocked, I want that number to be 0.01. And if I have 2, maybe next time, I don't know. I don't want to end with a bug because I can't do math. I'll get it. It'll be a long stream. That's okay. Okay. If I have 1, I want 0.01. If I have 2, 0.01 times 1.01. 3, 0.01 times 1.01 times 1.01. Okay. So I want 1% of that times 1.01 to the however many I have minus 1. 0, 0. This is 0.01 times 1.01 to the 1 minus 1. That's to the 0, so it's multiplied by 1 to the 2 minus 1. Right? To the 1. This is to the 3 minus 1. So that's squared. Okay. Math. Okay. So I want the CPS times 0.01 times 1.01 to the number minus 1. Okay. 0.01 times the CPS times 1.01 to the quantity minus 1. That should work. I really hope. Anyway. Syntax error? No? Yes? No? Okay. Testing. Let's see what happens. 5,000. I should have 50 when I buy one of these. 51, whatever. I have nothing. I bought one more. Now I have 2. I bought one more. I still have 2. That's not good at all. Oh dear. I'm still at 6 only. Should have added 50 each time. Still wrong. Ugh. Okay, here's what I will do. For I in range 1 to 5, print 0.01 times 5,000 times 1.01 to the I minus 1. Right? That's what I'm doing. So it should, oh, it's being way too small. 1.01 to the 0 should be 1. So that's 50 times 1, right? No? Why? Not here, but rather... sorry. How about there? Operator precedence isn't what I thought it was. Okay. Okay. I thought the exponential operator had a high precedence, but apparently it doesn't. To the I minus 1. (1.01) to the number minus 1. That was being way too small. 1.01 to the 1 is 1.01. Minus 1 is 0.01, so it was dividing by 100. That's wrong. So, quite. Let's fix this to the this minus 1. That's a lot of parentheses. I don't really like that, but well, I can take one of them out, I believe. Times this to the what's it. Let's see. Okay, I've got strength 1, etc. 5,000 per second. Percent per click, 51. Still 51. 52. I did something wrong again. Oh no, it's of course, because I mean, look at the thing. 50, 50 and a half, 51.05. Okay. So this part should be 50 times 1.01 to the 0 is 1 times 1.01 to the 1 is 1. Oh no, we want to increase by each one. We want the total. Or is this correct? Add 1% of CPS, add 1%. No. Here's what I need to do. Self.gear CPS to click dot quantity times do I still have proper parentheses? Yeah. However many of these times 1% of it times 1.01 to the that. Nope. I don't even need this here. What the heck am I doing? This times... Good lord. It should just be that, shouldn't it? Pretty sure. 1% of the per second times however many we have. If that's the right way to do it, oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't really want that one. And I have no way to sell things, maybe next time. This one. So I have 5,000, and I'm gonna buy one of these. 51, 101, 151. So yeah, each one of those adds a percentage of the click to that. That's all I had to do. No powers, no exponents, none of that. How long did I spend messing around with that? Like half an hour? Cool. Okay. So I just had to nail down what I actually wanted that number to do. And why in the world I thought it had to be something like this, I don't know. Goodbye. Okay. So, that was exciting, wasn't it? Realized I had something very, very wrong. But, this is, better. Each one of those adds 1% of CPS. That's all it does. How about a click booster? Ooh, 1,000. Then it'll be 2,000, huh? Yeah. 4,000 and 8,000 and 16,000. That's pretty good. More clicks per click. I'm going to call these extra cursors auto cursors. Extra, where's extra cursors? And the percentage. They cost 25. These things? Extra cursors. Auto cursors. Okay. Alrighty. Auto cursors. Runs per second. Okay. Great. So that's this is actually not increasing it by very much. That's okay. So next time we will add, what's our plan for next time? I did this and that. Here's what we'll do. We'll be able to sell a building. And we will add labels for the current clicks and CPS. Okay. So we solved that. Didn't change anything here. Over there, we added some new content, some new buildings and upgrades, and we refactored some of the large integers over there. Didn't change anything here. What else have we got? Didn't change. We changed the click strength many times and eventually got it working. Quantity times 0.01 times cell per second. That's all it was. No exponents, no adding other things for, yeah. Fantastic. Per second. We moved this into a property, that's right. We didn't touch the formatter or the increment. I don't think we changed the purchase, did we? I don't think so. In update, we moved the per second out of that. Alright. So, I think that's it for today. Sheesh, almost 2 hours. That was a lot of wrong math, and some content, and some ranting about outdated technology. Next time, I intend to add features to cell buildings, and add labels for the current clicks and the CPS. So yeah, that'll be later this week. I don't know if anyone's just watching these and not looking at other stuff. I also have other videos, and those other videos are games. I play games and I stream. I played Quest 64 up until last week-ish, and then I finished it because I know where to go in that game. I have some other games planned as well, maybe League of Legends, but yeah, more Python later this week with the aforementioned features. Let me close this, get rid of that. I like to go through the whole thing once at the end on the video, just in case it gets deleted from somewhere. That's why I'm doing that. And with that, I'm going to end the stream, so thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.